What's going on? This is Cleve from the Health Jar, and we're going to talk about the world's healthiest diet. What's the world's healthiest diet? Well, researchers, they're from Japan. I'll put the link, in the description of what researchers did. It was like a 20-year research project, survey project of 187 countries. Started in 1990, it ended in 2010. So it's a 20-year project. So I would think they know what they're talking about. In the world's healthiest diet, which they found was a diet from West Africa, the West African diet. Now, West Africa consists of countries of Ghana, Mali, Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria, countries on the west side of Africa. Just get a map and you can see where that's at. And what they found out, what these people had over a 20-year period, they ate what they considered the most healthiest diet. And what is that diet? What does that diet consist of? It consists of mostly rice, legumes, which are beans, starches, what they eat a lot of yams, sweet potato yams, greens. They had fruit and a little bit of meat. So majority a plant-based diet. What I spoke about my last blog. So after a 20-year study, 187 countries, including the USA, Canada, countries that are, high economic countries. These countries, it was like 5 or 6 of them countries, they came in the top spot. And I'm going to leave that link down, 187 countries. Out of 187 countries, these West African countries were ranked to having the world's healthiest diet. They ate the most, what they consider world's healthiest food. Rice, beans, like I said, sweet potatoes, yams, greens, a little bit of meat. Basically a plant-based diet, what I talked about once again in my last vlog. Which also shows, if you look up the blue zones, the people that live in the blue zones, the people that live, a collection of people that they say they live closer, to 100. They got the most people in these zones that live to 100 years old. And what does their diet consist of? I mean, it's different factors, but their diet consists of mostly rice, starches, beans, greens, fruits, vegetables, some meat. Basically the same diet that the West Africans had. Basically the same diet that I talked about before. Plant-based, whole food plant-based diet. No kale chips, no funny tofu, whatever. If you like tofu, you like tofu. But a diet consisting mostly of whole food plant-based. It can't get more simpler than that. No keto, no low carb. I mean, I don't know if they might have fasted, but a diet consisting of whole food plant-based. You can't get more simpler than that. That's what a 20-year research project showed was the healthiest diet. The same word, Kaiser Pimenta, the world's largest HMO. So they all about making money. They said that's a healthy diet that they want to recommend. So they don't got to keep paying these doctors for when a patient goes in. Simple. And you talking about countries that were ravaged by slavery. I'm African American, so I know I'm probably about 70% West African. So it's probably better for my DNA to eat a whole food plant-based diet, which I've started, which I've implemented in the last couple months, which I've seen nothing but results from. Energy's high, feel better, wake up earlier, and I'm going on 40, so. And it's simple, and like I said, it's cheap. It's not hard to follow. So that's what the researchers say, follow a whole food plant-based diet. I mean, you can do other things, but if you get your basis from there, it's simple, Just go to the grocery store next time, get some rice. You don't got to get the Uncle Ben's. Get some or minute rice. You know, rice don't cook. It doesn't take hard to cook. Get some potatoes, some sweet potatoes, some yams. Get some vegetables. Steam up some kale, cabbage, broccoli. You know, whatever you want to steam. Spinach. Get some beans, red beans, black beans. Get some lentils if you want. Get some seeds, especially if you men. Get some seeds, some pumpkin seeds. You know, throw in there. Eat a little bit of meat on the side. You know, some wild caught salmon. Even though the stuff is expensive, you don't eat that much. You don't need to eat that much. You really don't. You don't need to eat that much. You know, don't put it don't put everything in oil. I know a lot of West African foods. You know, they use some palm oil, but you know, which is high in saturated fat. But they don't use that much. What is West African? I eat West African food. You know, sometimes there's some couple restaurants around here. My wife loves fufu, which is pounded with yam. Which is pounded like powder, but it's pounded yam. They eat rice, beans. You know, you get the jollof rice. You know, it tastes good. You know, put some good seasoning on, make it spicy. Boom, you eat that. You know, make sure low on fat. You know, and high starches, good starches, not cooked in a lot of oils and whatnot. And you found the world's healthiest diet, which was found out to be true after a 20-year study, including 187 countries. It was a West African diet, which was basically a whole food, plant-based diet. Simple as that. So, yeah, leave your comments. Like I said, I'm trying to grow this channel. Subscribe, like, notification, leave your comments. Dislike, like. Hope you like more likes than dislikes. Yeah. And tell me what you think. Clee from the Health Jar. Out.